a different world for my daughter and her generation. But a lot has to change first.
We see so much in the media that there's so much negativity towards women and their weight and how they look, and it's just a representation of the pressure we feel to conform to men's ideals. There's this concept of the perfect woman who looks this certain way, and because women may not look that way, they're scrutinized.
I remember 5th grade, I was worrying about my weight, and now I'm in 9th grade, I'm still worrying about my weight.
Me being a small person, like at my old school, I was told to go throw up or go eat a hamburger because people thought I was anorexic or something. So I would eat a lot so that people would think that I didn't have an eating disorder.
I straighten my hair just so I can fit in when I have naturally curly hair.
I have close friends that in between break periods, they will go to the bathroom and put on 10 pounds of makeup and, comb their hair and do all this, pampering, and you're at school to learn.
When is it going to be enough? Because, I have a younger sister and she's she half herself, she cuts herself because she gets teased on school because she doesn't have the perfect body, and it's hard for me to see that. So it's what can I do so my little sister won't be getting hurt by the media? How long is it gonna take for somebody to take a stand?
The ideal image of beauty is more extreme and impossible than ever before. In the old days, the perfection was achieved through cosmetics and airbrushing, but now it's possible for that image to be absolutely perfect because of computers. You never see the photograph of a woman considered beautiful that hasn't been digitally altered to make her absolutely inhumanly perfect. Girls are being encouraged to achieve that ideal at younger and younger ages all the time. They end up measuring themselves against an impossible standard and feeling themselves wanting as a result of it. Also, not surprisingly, young men who are shown lots of photographs of supermodels then judge real women much more harshly. The most important thing to understand about all of these images and how they affect us is that the effect is primarily subconscious and that it is very harmful, but that for the most part we're not really aware of that, which is why we need to pay conscious attention to these images.
The average child develops over 18 to 24 years, and full brain development doesn't really occur until you're into your early 20s. So the idea that kids at 8 or 10 or 15 have the same level of intellectual and emotional maturity as an adult is nuts. They have different interpretive abilities, they have different emotional abilities, and they're a much more vulnerable class in society.
I worry about, how much pressure my daughters feel in a society that features anorexic actresses and models and television stars. We get conditioned to think this is what women should look like. So even people of average weight and size have body dysmorphic disorder.
When I did my first television show, All American Girl, which was the first Asian American family show on television, I had a lot of problems with the network because they were constantly telling me that I was too fat. I became very anorexic, trying to somehow keep this job that I really wanted to keep. And, they ended up canceling the television show, and they replaced it with Drew Carey because he's so thin.
An aspect of media literacy education that I think many people aren't aware of is the whole political economy of the media.